You go to church, you must be a Christian, a good person. You don't go to church, you must not be a Christian. You must not be a good person. You know, what's interesting is that Jesus only says the word church 3 times across 2 different verses. So realistically, he only speaks the word church in 2 times through his entire ministry. And neither of those times is in the context that we see modern church. This is not an assault on church. This is just an awareness that if that were something that Jesus was calling us to do, he probably would have made it more relevant. And you might say, well, what about in Hebrews 10:25 where it says not to forsake yourself from assembling? The verse right before that in 10:25 says this, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, and then not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. The question is, if I'm going to church, is it a place that is provoking me to be my best? If you go to church and then you don't go next week, is anybody going to reach out to you? Is anybody going to challenge you? Is anybody going to provoke you? And so I think church is great. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great place people can go and feel good about it. But I probably should also ask myself, am I tied in with a community that is going to provoke me to love and good works? It's going to challenge me to be my best. And in a lot of churches, I think this is the case. I think it's an amazing thing. And then in plenty others, I think it's a cathartic way to feel better about the week. And the reality is we're not called to just go somewhere to feel better. We're called to abide in Christ and Christ in us. And so if I really want to know Jesus and I want to abide in Jesus, how do I do that? Well, it starts with the same way that Jesus did. Early in the morning, I find prayer, and next I spend time in his word, and I let his word spend time in my heart. And if I'm doing these 2 things, and then I'm surrounding myself with a community that will challenge me, and I can challenge them, then for sure I'm going to find my best path forward. And so I do think church is amazing. I don't have a problem with it. I also think that if you don't go to church, but you abide in God and you have a challenging community, you're going to excel like no other. Talk to you soon.